Well, good morning there, YouTube. How y'all doing? It's Saturday, the 7th, no, 6th of March. I didn't get back with you all last night. I got to the, I actually was in a rest stop last night. And I just pulled in. I got started getting very, very sleepy. And I fought before, don't get me wrong. Most drivers have, but I just didn't feel like it last night because I didn't have to. And you never have to. But I pulled in there, stopped about an hour earlier than I wanted to. And did the split sleeping berth again, where I did 3 hours and 29 minutes early in the day in sleeping berth. And then I ended up, at the end of the day, when I got back in the truck, my day had my 14-hour clock moved from, I started out at 5:30 yesterday morning, which means my 14-hour clock should have ended at 7:30 last night. But because I went to sleeping berth earlier in the day, because I needed to, I wasn't, doing anything. I went there for 3 hours and 30 minutes, so it moved from 7:30 to 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I was able to, but you still only get 11 hours in that 24-hour period that you can drive. So it does work, but you have to pair it with another sleeping berth. So when I stopped last night, I put it back on sleeping berth again. Like I said, this is for truck drivers who haven't used it yet. But it did add, at the end of the night last night, I had to go back to sleeping berth. You have to pair it with another sleeping berth. You cannot do it with off duty. It's a violation. You have to be in sleeping berth. But, okay. And, by 7 hours later, I had 6 hours that I could have driven. 7 hours later would have put me about, actually I started around 9 o'clock or so. 9:30, somewhere in there. And at 6 o'clock this morning, I was able to pick back up some after 6 hours that I could have driven right then. But I decided to stay asleep for the next, 3 hours or whatever. And go ahead and get my full 10 back. But you have to pair it. You have to. But it's all good, But other than that, like we're in Macon, Georgia, right here, the 475 split. Heading on 475, take the bypass, and heading towards, I'm going up to Jackson to give a truck wash. It's a little rainy out here. Give my truck wash, and then I'm call my dad, stop by and see him in Atlanta, and then I'm head on to Athens. So I got a hotel set up there or whatever. I was gonna get the truck washed up there, but I know me, if I don't do it now, I won't do it. Have it done already and then have to go and do it while I'm loaded. It takes away from my drive time while I'm loaded. Anyway, and I've done it like that before, but I'd rather do it on my own time or on the time where I'm not pushed for driving time. Anyway, this will get with you all day. Like I said, I just wanted to call and touch base with it. I forgot to get back with you last night. But everything's good, just heading up the road. Those of you all that do believe in prayer, pray for my wife. Her godmother passed yesterday, and so she's trying to, she's dealing with that. Somebody who helped raise her, she was very, very close to her. Death is a hard thing to take. I'm still dealing with my mom. And everybody has their time. I'm not, boo-hooing all the time or anything like that. But, when I say dealing with it, certain songs, certain things still kind of have light triggers for me. But, as anybody I deal with, I've dealt with death, grandmother, grandfather, aunts, uncles, close friends, and all that kind of stuff. But this right here just hit a little different. But anyway, enough about that. Just for her. And she gets through it. We'll make it happen, Captain. We're gonna hit this road and keep it going. I'll get back with you when we get to the old Streak and Beacon. Later. Alright, man, I'm gonna have me and Blue Beacon. They about to get me washed up. I'm gonna leave y'all alone for a minute. Probably do a little time lapse on it, then we'll get out of here and get on the road. All right, heading out. Afternoon there, YouTube. This intersection right here, I guess it's that's why everybody's slowing down. Accident. But anyway, this intersection is TN and 78, 138 roughly. And I used to go back and forth through this area a lot back in the early 90s. For some of y'all that don't know, I was I used to be an athlete. Pretty good. This has changed. This is different. Anyway, I used to run track. I played football and basketball, but I went to college on a track scholarship. And I was good about a number of schools, University of South Carolina, Morehouse, Morris Brown, those are HBCUs. Kentucky State College, what else? If I'm not mistaken, LSU, but I can't remember. But the one college I always wanted to go to was UGA. They came to one of my track meets, and this is in 1989. Well, I graduated in 1989. And I only ran 1 year high school track, 1 full year high school track. I was scared of track. And it's pretty good. My fastest time was 10.32 in the 100, 21.11, 200. And those were my 10.32 was my high school time. 21.11 was fast I got in college. 21.11. But yeah, I used to come through here a lot. I had a girlfriend that went, well, actually she's my ex-wife. Went to Oxford, Emory at Oxford, so I used to come through here a lot from UGA. It's changed a good bit, but I've been out here since then, but it's probably been 20 years, 15, 20 years I've been out this way. Yeah, at least. And because I've been out here for certain jobs. I was out this way. I was on the other side, east of Athens. I guess about 8 months ago. And yeah, about 8 months ago. But I didn't come down this way. I was down near Monroe, Georgia, and all that kind of stuff in Newton County. It's kind of taking me back some, but yeah, I was pretty good. Ran track pretty good. I ran at University of Georgia, and the coach changed right before I got there, so the coach who came in didn't know me. I had a full scholarship and all that kind of stuff. I ran indoor track, outdoor track, during indoor season, I think it was indoor. Was it indoor? Indoor, outdoor, anyway. But before I even went to school, in the high school track championships, state high school track championships, I blew my groin. And I had all my family there in the 100. I was favored to win. And all that kind of good stuff, because I was out of nowhere. Like I said, I only ran 1 year of high school track. I was always fast, but I love football more than anything else. But then track became the thing for me, because I was small. I was only 145, 150 pounds, 5'6". I was a small guy. But, I just wasn't going to make it in football. It became a reality for me. And plus the team I played for was just sucked in high school. But anyway. And I went to McNair High School, Ronald E. McNair High School in Atlanta, or Decatur. It's actually in Atlanta, but DeKalb County School. I left there, went to UGA for a year. I left UGA and went to Morehouse College in Atlanta for a year. And there I blew my hamstring. And but I had a full scholarship one semester. Next semester I had a partial scholarship, because at the private schools it's just a little harder to get one guy a full scholarship like that. Back then anyway, I don't know about now, but back then it was. Like I said, this is back in '89, it's over 30 years ago now. Oh no, it's 90, so yeah, still over 30 years ago. And actually that was 91. So anyway, yeah, it's 30 years ago yeah. But did pretty good there. Blew my groin out, but I came back for the SIAC championships. I think I got, I can't remember now. It was the first or second in the 100, or the two. One of them, I know a good guy, a friend. I say friend, but we ran track together. Rodney, what was Rodney's last name? Shoot, Rodney Smith. Son of a gun. Anyway. Ran 1 year there, then that following year in '92, I couldn't afford to go back to school. That partial scholarship for that fall semester hurt. And my mom was a school teacher, just couldn't afford to go back to Morehouse. So that February, the Army recruiters came to the house looking for my brother, and they ended up leaving with me. And but I didn't stop running track though. I went to basic training, went to AIT, and my first duty station was in Mannheim, Germany, like I told you all before. And while I was over there, I got with a guy, two guys actually. They ran track locally there. And we had one German guy on that team. So I ran there for about 2 years, I think. And track overseas versus track in the States, it's two different worlds. And my team, we were actually pretty good over there. I didn't go as far as I wanted, but during that time frame, I did try out for the All-Army team. And I got, I was sending all my stuff of what I could do and all that kind of stuff. And I was selected to attend to try out for it. But at that time, I had a son. My girlfriend, I guess high school sweetheart, because we met in high school. We got married and moved to Germany when she finished school and came 6 months later. While I was over in Germany, and during that time frame, we had a kid, my oldest son, and I had to make a choice. Do I leave them there in Germany and I go all the way over to Colorado? Because I had an invitation to go. Do I leave them in Germany by themselves for 6-8 months, train to make the team, or do I stay there? And do what I'm supposed to do. And so obviously I stayed. I don't have any regrets about it. Yeah, I had aspirations to do other things. I thought I was good enough to do such and such, but God had something different for me, and I accepted it very quick. I didn't pout about it, and that's one thing I tell people all the time. My kids will tell you. I tell people all the time, don't have any regrets. You make a decision and you go for it. And even in my decision to move down to Florida, I've never regretted it. Things that happen, things or whatever, but I made a decision, and one thing I live by is deliverance is in your decision. You may have a huge decision in front of you, and they both are good for you. Just make a decision. And God will be with you. You will be supported by family and friends, and just make the decision, because once you make it, when I put my resignation letter down on my company's desk that I've been with for 8 years or whatever, before they read it, there was such a relief. But once I decided to do it, and I left out of there or whatever, there was such a big relief, because I am very loyal to where I am. But whatever you do in life, make the decision and go. Now, if it's a decision about good and bad or whatever, yeah, it's obvious. But if it's a career path or whatever in that vein, make the decision to go. God will be with you. You'll have your support. Just make the decision. The main thing is make the decision. Anyway, I ran it long enough on this or whatever. I'm gonna get up into the site to see if I can drop this trailer and bobtail over to the hotel. I got a little something going on. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know if it's dizzy or lightheaded. I'm on the same medication, but I don't know. I've eaten and all that kind of good stuff. I got to get it figured out. I don't like feeling like this. And maybe what I've eaten or what I don't know. But anyway, good people, we will press forward. Don't worry, I'm not incapacitated or anything like that. I'm just noticing things about myself. We'll get up here and I'll give you all that